Okay, so Ritual is probably in its best state loot-wise since its own league. Why? Two reasons. The first one is, if you don't know, the Ritual mobs that spawn around Ritual altars now drop omens, and over the course of the entire league, just by running Ritual on most of my strats for the pack of mobs, I've probably made around 15 divines from omens alone. I found over half a dozen of the Omen of Connections, which are above a div and used to be even more expensive than that, and the Omen of Blanching is a pretty reliable 40 chaos drop that I've easily found dozens of so far. And the second reason Ritual is so good is the audience with the King Fragment. For anyone that doesn't know, a new Ritual altar was added that rewards only corpses, Ritual bases, and a guaranteed King in the Mist fragment in every reroll. These fragments have been consistently selling at 90 to 100 chaos all league, which means getting this new Nameless Ritual altar, which is what it's called, guarantees 600 chaos worth of fragments in one single map as long as you're using two ritual scarabs of selectiveness. So, with this now being a thing, I thought now was the best time to try out the Imbued Ritual craft from the Horn Scarab of Awakening. What the Imbued Ritual craft does is it increases the chance to receive a ritual altar with special rewards by 150%, aka 2.5 times. For anyone that doesn't know, a ritual altar with special rewards is an opulent altar which rewards only currency, uniques, or divination cards depending on what you reroll into. And I'm making the assumption that the new nameless altar that guarantees a 100 chaos fragment for every reroll is also classified as a special ritual altar. And I ran ritual at the start of the league to make my currency, and I was averaging a special altar, either nameless or opulent, probably one in every 10 maps over a pretty large sample size, a couple hundred maps. Then before running Imbued Ritual, I burned around 100 maps just to test the special rewards ritual chance and got 12 special rituals in 100 maps. So this instantly made me pretty optimistic that this was actually going to be some crazy unearthed strategy that nobody's found out until I tried it. So I ran 50 maps with the imbued ritual, and in those 50 maps, I got three nameless altars and one opulent altar. My average was actually less than my average in the hundreds of maps that I ran beforehand, even with the 150% increased chance. And I know 50 maps is quite a low sample size for a strat like this, but with the scarab being priced around imbued harvest and fracture farming, two fairly consistent strats, I can't really justify to continue running Imbued Ritual in the hopes that the average evens out over a larger sample size. In fact, I'm actually skeptical that Imbued Ritual is even working in the first place. If Opulent is the only ritual counted as special, then I got one of them in 50 maps. If they are both counted, then I got four, which is less than my average without the scarab over hundreds of map, without the increased 150% chance. Even afterwards, I burned through an additional 50 maps with no scarabs to see how many special rituals I would get, and I got 6 opulents in those 50 maps compared to my 1 in the 50 with the scarab. So if the scarab is not working, I would not be surprised. There is obviously a chance that with all the maps that I ran without the scarab, I got lucky, and then with all the maps I ran with the scarab, I got unlucky. That's sort of the game that happens, but it's not worth running. So to sum it up, don't do this. I've tested it, and maybe I did get shafted, but if I got shafted, you can easily get shafted too. But how much money did I lose? Well, my scarab setup was two times selectiveness, two times abundance, and one times awakening. The selectiveness were bought for 2 chaos each, the abundance 20 chaos each, and the awakening 140 chaos each. The prices soared for some reason. Everybody decided to make videos on imbued harvest at the exact same time, including me. I guess we were all on the same page, and that's made the price soar by like 40% from a few days ago. But I invested 9,400 chaos or 51 divines at current price. And I'll just show my wealthy exile. I'm not going to do a spreadsheet or anything like that. I made 35 divines here, and I did drop a 14 divine base and like two other 1 divine bases, which I've sold and made that money. So in the end, I made my money back, and that is with spending 7,000 chaos on a scarab that straight up gave me no value. I had more value out of not running that scarab in the past when I've done ritual this league. which proves how good Ritual is this league. If I can still break even when throwing, over 7,000 chaos away, just throwing it, chucking it, binning it, um, that shows how good this strat is, how good Ritual is right now. But obviously, don't use this Scarab.